Justin, going back and looking at the film, how do you think you did?
Did all right. I could have got better at some stuff, though. Of course, there's always plays that you want back.
Do you feel like there's been progress made from week to week?
I do.
Justin, what needs to happen to get more red zone success for you guys offensively?
I mean, I think this past week was the only week we really didn't do what we wanted to do in the red zone, but just execution from everybody on the offense, and that's basically it. Once we get that, then we'll be good.
You had gone like 20 plays without throwing in the red zone. How do you make sense of that? I think you threw on your first red zone play of the season, and I think it was like 22 runs. Mm-hmm. What do you make of that?
Doing my job. That's about it.
What would the addition of a big body receiver like N'Keal Harry do for you to know that you have that as an option?
Yeah, he would of course be a good matchup versus smaller DBs. One-on-one, especially red zone. Just throwing up a jump ball to him. That's one of the things he does really well. So just being able to just throw up more 50-50 balls.
What's a process for you with him in the coming days and maybe coming weeks of just trying to accelerate getting back on the timing and feeling him out? It's been 2+ months since you've been throwing to him.
Yeah, just reps. Communicating with him, how he runs routes. What I'm thinking on certain leverages of DBs and stuff like that. So basically just reps and just being on the same page as him.
How much did you and him establish during the short time that you guys did have working together?
A good bit.
And does he add something in the sense that because of his size, you can always throw to him no matter how covered he is, and just expect that he can use his body to?
Yeah, I mean he has a bigger frame, so you can definitely he can definitely block off some DBs from the backside.
Have you been satisfied with your decisions on when to scramble or versus when to throw in general?
For the most part, sometimes you're gonna have guys open. Sometimes you're not gonna make the perfect decision every time, and you just gotta live by that and just move on to the next play.
The fact that you've been so successful scrambling, does that affect your decision making at all?
I try not to make it too. So with the Maries, and if I need to get out of the pocket, just get out of the pocket.
Is that hard with human nature, knowing that if you are running at a pretty good clip, to not pull it down there?
No, not really. I think every play is different. So, just evaluating each play. If it's a certain play and, guys aren't there, of course, and I'm going to have to get out the pocket. So, yeah.
Justin, on the 4 verticals play, Matt Eberflus told us the other day that when you see a cover 2 like that you're supposed to either check it down or run. That was like the rule for that play, but also it pointed out that like Mooney was open. Can you walk us through kind of the split-second decision that you would have to make in order to adjust from that instead of scrambling?
Mooney ran how we ran that play last year. So the number 3 receiver, if we get that coverage, he would take the middle of the field last year. But this year we're getting over to the other side of it, like it would be 2 out of 2, and then just hitting that same landmark from 3-by-1. But that play, that coverage, most likely thinking one-on-one with the back check down, and of course me scrambling. So I was just doing what I was told.
Do you watch that safety 48 or whoever it was? Is he determine where you go with that?
Yeah, just depending on who chooses, but it's just that play. You have a lot of plays, and that play when you get that coverage, we're most likely thinking back, check down, and then of course there's a wide open lane, 3rd and 8, so I'm gonna go get the first down.
Within the game, what were some of the positive moments that you picked out of there and said, okay, this is something that we can take forward with us?
Yeah, I thought throughout the game, there were some plays where the O-line did a great job protecting. I didn't feel anything on some play action passes, and then just taking those and just taking the positive runs we had, the positive explosives we had, and just trying to build on those.
Has the play action game been as successful as you thought it would be, just in terms of what's called and how it's being executed?
I think when it's called, it's we're pretty good at it. So yeah.
Justin, with concussions kind of in the news this week after what happened with Tua last week, when you see him take a hit like that, does that make you think a little bit more about protecting yourself? And then, as a guy who's kind of famously played through injuries and pain and stuff like that, what's the balance between wanting to play through stuff and then also wanting to protect you?
I think a head injury is different than a physical injury. I think that's like a totally different aspect. But yeah, I mean, I think at all times you have to think about protecting yourself for sure.